In this video, we're going to look at maintenance of water levels in the body. To understand how the body maintains water levels, we also need to understand how the body gets rid of water and the way in which it does that. So we're going to look at urine, urine being made up of nitrogenous wastes. We're going to look at the urinary system, the nephron as the functional part of the urinary system inside the kidney, and we're going to look at ADH or antidiuretic hormone. The main way that water is lost from the body is through the production of urine. Some is also lost through sweating, and some is lost when we breathe out. The air is moist, which loses a little bit of water too, but the vast majority of it comes out through urine. And this is how the body regulates the amount of water in it. If the body doesn't have enough water, it decreases the production of urine. And if it has too much water, it increases the production of urine. And when looking at urine, you can see the different color, and how dark it is to how concentrated it is. So how much water as opposed to other waste products. Those other waste products are nitrogenous wastes, and they're produced as byproducts of metabolism and other processes that occur throughout the body. A byproduct of that is nitrogenous wastes. Different animals have a different main nitrogenous waste, and nitrogenous just means something that contains nitrogen. In humans, our nitrogenous waste that we produce is urea. And you can see a urea molecule here, and you can see that it has 2 nitrogens in it. So it's actually about, I think it's 55% by weight, nitrogen. The urinary system is the system that produces the urine. It consists of the kidneys, which are joined to the bladder by the ureter, and then a tube called the urethra, which takes that urine out of the body. The job of the urinary system is to filter the blood and remove the nitrogenous wastes as well as excess water. And the organ that does this filtering is the kidney. And in particular, it's a part of the kidney called the nephron. So the nephron, and each kidney has thousands of nephrons, works by having wastes and other substances, so in the blood is squeezed out through the wall of the glomerulus. So you can see we've got the glomerulus here. So the blood with the water in it squeezes the water and other things, and it filters them out by size. So red blood cells can't fit through the wall, but little things like salt, water, urea, all those little molecules can get squeezed out of the glomerulus. Then gets caught in the Bowman's capsule, and is collected. Then what happens is not all the things that are filtered out of the glomerulus are waste products. So as we said, water before, and salt, things like that, the body might actually need to keep those. So if everything that got filtered out, all the small things were lost, it wouldn't work properly. So what then happens after the filtration is reabsorption. And reabsorption occurs all the way along the path. So firstly in the proximal tubule, then into the descending loop of Henle, the ascending loop of Henle, the distal tubule, and then into the collecting duct. Once it gets to the collecting duct, all the water and other substances that are needed by the body have been reabsorbed, and the waste product, the urine, then travels down the ureter to the bladder, where it's stored until the time that you need to go to the toilet. the amount of water that's reabsorbed, so from the tubules back into the blood system, is controlled by the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland looks at the amount of blood volume, and if blood volume decreases, antidiuretic hormone is released, or ADH, and sometimes you'll hear it referred to as vasopressin. That ADH increases the amount of reabsorption that occurs in the nephron. So it prevents water from leaving the body. So it increases the amount of reabsorption, therefore decreasing the total amount of water. So the reabsorption that occurs along here, if ADH levels are increased, this becomes more porous and the water goes from the tubule back into the blood system. In this video, we've looked at urine and the amount of urine and concentration of urine in the way that the body maintains consistent water levels. We've looked at the nitrogenous waste, urea, that's found in the urine. We've looked at the urinary system, being the system that produces the urine, and in particular the kidney and the particular part of the kidney called the nephron, and how the nephron filters from the glomerulus to the Bowman's capsule and then reabsorbs throughout the rest of the nephron. And we've looked at antidiuretic hormone, or ADH, which increases the permeability of the tubule, therefore increasing reabsorption and decreasing amount of urine produced.